Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my future videos. In front of us we have the Sangean DT-800. It's an AM/FM stereo weatherband portable pocket radio. I got this off of Amazon and I'm very excited about this radio. I've been waiting for a newer pocket digital radio and here we go. Here's the box, Sangean DT-800. Picture of the radio. Simple looking box here. So pictures of the radio on the sides. And the one edge here we got some bullet points. You can pause and read those. The ones that stand out are extra memory, adjustable bandwidth, soft mute, lock switch, extra little features there, but really cool radio. We'll get into it. Just gonna open the box. All right, let's see what we get. We got a manual. Yay for paperwork. So we got a warranty card. We got the radio itself. We have a charger and a bunch of extra stuff. I'm just gonna grab the ink out of there. All right, so that box is empty. Let's go over to the accessories. Let's see what we get first. Let me lower this down. Okay, first things first. This is really cool. We get an AC adapter with the radio. Here you go. Here's the rating on it. Now this is really cool. It's got two chokes on it, which is really nice for isolation on noise. And it's a USB micro variety. And this is used to charge the internal batteries if you have nickel metal hydride batteries installed. So you can use this to charge those batteries, and this will power the radio if you're running alkalines in the alkaline mode. So it's just really cool that you can have this and run the radio all the time. So really neat to have included with the radio. Set that aside. Next we have the headphones. These are really nice. You can see I've been using them. They are the style I like. They have the Sangean label on there. They got these little rubber cups on here and they're very comfortable in the ear and they sound very well. I like them. So yeah, good set of headphones. And they also give you a little baggie here with different size ear cups. So small ears, bigger ears, you get it. So put this aside, come back to that later. And then we have the ever popular wire for the speaker mode for FM, because this radio does not have an FM whip antenna. It relies on a pigtail wire like this. So there's that. And then we have a belt clip. Mine's removed. You can install it on your radio. Nice. Let's see, paperwork, limited warranty. This radio has, I think, a 90-day warranty. Period of 90 days. Okay, there you are. If you need to know, pause, zoom, whatever you got to do. Next, we have the book. This is the Sangean Pocket 800, it says. FM stereo, AM digital receiver. It's in the different languages. It's clear and concise, very easy to use. And there's some information here. You can pause and read. There's really cool. There's a lot to this radio, a lot of features. I'll try to cover them all. And if not, we'll do follow-up videos on the radio. So let me just go ahead and I think there's a section in the back where they talk about the frequencies and the ratings. Okay, here we go. So power requirements, takes 2 AA batteries. Here's runtime on batteries. People like to know that. 35 hours of listening with the speaker and 70 hours with the headphones. Not bad. Rechargeable battery, about 7 hours. So it's got a smart charger built in. There's your frequency coverage. Now this is changeable and I will show you this. Here they're showing the standard American 87.5 to 108, but it has all these options and I'll show those to you. AM, you have your 9K or 10K mode. Here we got the weather band, USA version only, of course, and some ratings. So pretty basic information here. And yeah, so you can change the light. There's a lot of options, and we'll try to go over them. All right, so that's the book. Nice to have. Okay, let's get on to the radio. It comes in this like little plastic sleeve here. Go ahead and empty it out. All right, yeah, it's a cool looking radio. Look at that, yellow and black. I'm liking that a lot. You know me and yellow, just love yellow radios. This is pretty awesome. Okay, so looking at the radio, we'll go to dimensions. We have 2 5/8 of an inch across. We have a height of 4.5 inches. we have a depth of 1 inch. For size comparison, I have the radio it replaces, the ever popular DT-400W. Pretty cool. Got cat here. My cats love running around here. So you can see for size. Yep. Pretty nice. All right, give you an idea. And then you can see it's a little taller. Same with the CC Pocket. CC Pocket's a little shorter. There you go. One cool thing you notice right away is that this radio does stand. Yay! They got it right. Somebody listened because the DT-400 does not stand. Pocket friendly because it's curvy, but does not stand. And when you have a weather alert radio, it better stand. That's my opinion on that. And of course, Iron Man, he's the man with the master plan. He can do it like no one can. Rock on. Look at that. All right. Size comparison over. Let's talk about features. This thing is loaded with them. I'll try to cover them all. So features, we'll start with the left-hand side of the radio. We have a volume up and down. And this is like a rubber coating that goes around the radio. And this switch is kind of like underneath the rubber coating there for the volume. Here we have the ever-popular mode for the speaker. And we have FM mono for headphones and FM stereo for headphones. So we have a 3-step mode there. You can select that. I'm going to lower this down a little bit. Get a little close and personal. All right. So let's see. On the front of the radio, we have our LCD display, which is really large. Shows more information than a traditional pocket radio, which is really awesome. We have a little key symbol there showing me it's locked. I'll switch here on the side to turn that off. Front, we have these main 5 buttons, which you use quite a bit. These are your preset buttons. So on AM, you have 20 presets. On FM, you have 20 presets. And then on the weather band, you have 5. And you access those extra presets with this page button. And we'll show you how to do that. If you notice, they have secondary functions. We have info. This has a rudimentary, like a basic RDS system. So it has pretty much one-step RDS, which I think is station ID, or yeah, it's station ID, or station information. And it sometimes, depending on the channel you're on or station you're on, it'll show like a song playing or the station ID. It just depends on how they have it set up at the station. But it's just that one mode. It also has RDS-CT, which will automatically set your time if you trust your radio stations in your area. Mine, I don't trust. It always throws my time off on mine. But you can use it to auto set the time if you can rely on your RDS time signal. That's nice to know. Here we have a step function. Just as it says, step, you can change it from, on AM band, it's really nice. It has, of course, you can change 9 and 10K, but it also lets you change from 10K to 1K steps. So you can micro step the AM band, which is fun when you're trying to explore. And then, of course, for your FM, depending on which mode you're in, you can go from 200 to 100 to 50 kilohertz stepping, which I think is just amazing. And then even down to 10 kilohertz stepping. I haven't really explored that because it's pretty much on bands I probably won't be using, but it's definitely international band coverage. Here we have the soft mute. I have that off. Putting it on, it's almost like lowering the volume on the radio. I know it's supposed to help with strong stations, but I haven't found a need to use it yet. Here we have bandwidth control. You pretty much have 2 steps on FM and 2 steps on AM. You'll find on the AM band, bandwidth select, the narrow one's a bit muffled. I'll try to show that to you tonight in this video. But the FM one I couldn't really test either. It's pretty much only noticeable on headphones, and we'll talk about headphone usage on this radio. Alarm feature there on button 5, and of course our page button here to access the different pages of memories. There's 4 pages on each AM and FM, which is really handy. And of course, this pressing and holding gets you to your menu, to activate your menu. So yeah, lots of stuff here, and there's more in that menu too. Here it looks like a big speaker grill, but don't be fooled, because the actual speaker, if you can see it right there, is about 1 inch. It's actually not too bad sounding. It's a bit on the low side. So, all right. Right-hand side of the radio, we have a tuning up and down. It's kind of a jog style switch, which I kind of like. And then it has a function where you press in. So you have an enter button to select. Very handy. Use that for browsing. It's really, really convenient. Here's our lock switch, which I showed you to lock the radio down when you're carrying it in your pocket. Here you have your DC in, 5 volts for that AC adapter. They recommend to use only their adapter to charge the batteries and to run the radio. Okay, top of the radio, we have the headphone jack. AM sounds fantastic. FM, the jury's still out, and I'll explain to you why that is. in the future here of the video. So stay tuned for that. Band, so you can select your AM, FM, and weather band, and then also to actuate the alert mode for the weather band. Here we have our power on off and sleep function on that button. Okay, a lot of things on this radio. I mean, it's a cool radio. I'm digging it. Here we have a switch, deep bass boost. And then here we have our battery compartment. Now this one's interesting. You push towards the right of the radio, and this will open up, and it's a hinged door. And it has a little chart here. It has a little switch that you can switch between rechargeable batteries and alkaline batteries. Important, depending on if you're using a charger or not, and what type of batteries are installed. There's a little warning. You can read that. So you have to select the right batteries. And they recommend using rechargeables, so it's safe in all modes. Go ahead and now, the neat trick here is to pull that back and then push the door closed. You don't want to snap it closed because you might break those little there's two little tabs of plastic holding that door shut. So a little tip may help you out. Okay, so with that said, let's talk about FM reception. So I used the external wire with the speaker, and I got FM reception. FM sensitivity was very good with almost 80 stations found. Very awesome. And FM selectivity, of course, was good to very good using that wire. Really cool. So this radio performs very well on that. So we're going to do a quick audio test. I'm going to turn the radio on. And real quick, while it's on, I'll show you the different things. You'll see a sleep timer icon, bandwidth icon, signal strength indicator, battery life indicator, frequency, of course, FM, AM you're on, what page and what memory setting you're on. Okay, so that's pretty neat. So we'll do audio test and we'll explain more of the features. So let's rock out a little bit. Okay, get you an idea of the audio. Kind of wanted to do that. All right, let me go ahead and just pause that. Turn off that and turn off that. Okay, great. So let's go ahead and turn that volume all the way down. So yeah, let's go over the menu. So you saw the different things here. Let's go show you what that means. So right now, this radio is pretty awesome, and those ghost hunters out there are going to love this. There's no mute on tuning, and it's continuous. So I'm going to show you that in a little bit. So let's go ahead and just show you some of these features. So if you hit the page in the menu button, hold it down, you'll enter the menu. And if you go over here, you can hit the main, these are the main things: alarm setting, clock set. We have reset the radio, firmware version. Here's the FM. You can toggle these. Now I'll show you the options. 87-108. We have 64-108, 76-108, 76 to 90. So yeah, quite a few options. So I'm just going to go ahead and select that. And I got to go back into the menu again after I do that. So I'll press and hold it again and get back in the menu. Let's see. We have your stepping. So you have 100K right now. You can go to, you can enter this mode. You can go 50. You can also go to 200. So pretty cool, depending on what mode you're in. I'm guessing if you change that band, you might be able to even get down to that 50 to 10K stepping, which is pretty fun. So we'll leave it on that for now. Go back into menu setting and make sure we covered everything here. There's our FM. Okay, then you got the AM, of course, 10K, 9K, and of course you'll have 1K stepping too, which is beautiful. Auto tuning system. So if you want to do the auto tuning system, or auto tuning storage, I forget what they call it, you can do it. I'm not a fan of it because really you only got 20 presets. You can manually do them. You don't really need to. If you don't do something fast enough, it goes away. You have to access it through the menu, unfortunately. But that's okay. I don't use it too often. Light mode, you can change the backlight to off, which is really nice. Right now it's set for 10 seconds. You can change that to 20 or 30 seconds, and you can turn it off, which is really handy. If you want to make your batteries last a long time, you don't use the light too often, perfect. Beep, you can turn off. Time for the sleeper, you can change. This one here I think has, 90 minutes, 60 minutes. So this is for your timer. Actually turn the timer off. So that's pretty cool. So no sleep timer. Gotta like that. Press this down again. And then your 12 or 24 hour clock. And there we go, back to clock set. Now you can go hotkeys here. You can go to info, and this will toggle while the radio is playing the clock or frequency. And if you're in RDS mode, it'll show the RDS, which is pretty handy. So you can cycle that. Step function here, you can see you can hotkey real quickly on the FM for step function. And then here for soft mute on, soft mute off. Again, it's almost like it's turning the volume down. Over here we have bandwidth. If you notice, it just changed that little icon there on top. That's wide, that's narrow. You have that for FM and AM. On AM, I noticed the narrow bandwidth is fairly, it's too muddy sounding. So you'd be using the wide one most of the time. And of course your alarm, to set your alarm on or off. So quick little things to do there. So I think I covered all the menu items and those hotkeys there. So let's show you the FM performance and a little bit about why I talked about the headset and I couldn't test on the FM. So let's show you that. So let's go ahead and let that exit. Now I have an external wire here. I'm going to hook it up. So this is a 3-foot wire patch cable I got strung up to a lamp, and I'm going to show you this and how it tunes with the wire, and I'm going to show you how it tunes with the headphones hooked up. There's an issue with the DT-800, especially the one I have. I actually have, if you want to see, I have two. I got a second radio to see if it had the same problem, and it did, and I'll explain what that problem is in a moment. So let's go ahead and turn this on, because, the ghost hunters are going to love this thing. I'm not really into that, but I hear a lot about it. So let's turn it up. Okay, so the neat thing about it is you can tune and hold it. So it gets pretty crazy. Now you can change that step and even get more interesting. Change the FM setting to, 50 kilohertz, so we'll do that. Now when we tune, oops, let's get that menu.
You'll pay nothing.
So you ghost hunters out there are going to love this radio. But it'll continuously go all the way through and not stop, which is really fun when we go back to the 100K tuning. Hold. Okay. And then the tune. And it just, no mute on tuning. It's a beautiful thing. I love that. I mean, I'm not a ghost hunter, but that's pretty cool when you're searching something really quick. Another neat thing about this is push in and it'll seek whatever direction you were going. So push in, seeks forward.
I think at this point.
So love that. So that's a really neat thing. So if you go down and then press, it'll seek down. Very quick. Love that. RDS is popping up here. It should show a little printout here. Guess it's not coming up. Okay. No problem. So let me show you. So you can see it picks up stations pretty well with the using a normal wire with no headphones. But if you take and hook up headphones, it's a different story. So let me show you that. I'm going to go ahead and turn this down. We're going to take the headphones that came with the radio. These are the headphones, and I've used my headphones. I've tried other headphones. Same thing is happening with this radio. I called Sangean about this. I talked to a guy named George. He's in technical support. Real nice guy. He told me to give his name on their video. So if you need any issues, take care of, talk to him. If you have a DT-800 that has an issue like mine. So I have headphones hooked up. Now, when I initially was going to do this review, I had the headphones. I was testing it out to see what kind of reception I'd get, and I noticed I didn't get any stations. And I was wondering what was going on, and it's a problem with the headphones being connected. So I'm trying to get them hooked up here to get some elevation. Okay, so I got some elevation there. And I'm going to show you we're on speaker mode. If you notice, the reception isn't as sharp. So we'll do a search, see what it finds. And if you notice, it's not finding anything, which is like, what the heck? So yeah, it's an issue. And also when you have it in headphone mode, oops, here we go. So we'll put it in FM mono, and we'll see if we can find anything here. Tune it, and you'll notice it won't stop on much here. Just a couple strong stations. And it's like, what is going on with this radio? So there's an issue with my particular radio. Now, like I said, George said he tested, he had a yellow and a black one, and he says his were fine, and he had no issue. And just to show you real quick, I have my DT-400. We'll use the same here. We'll put it on speaker mode, turn this on, turn it up, tune it up. And you can see it's operating normally, what you would expect.
Can I inject there?
So it's acting properly. So apparently there must be a few radios out there that are having issues. Okay. And then of course if you put it on the headphone mode, you do the same thing. You'll see it finds stations. It even has it in stereo. So it's finding stations here. And it's not bypassing anything. And stereo again. So I just wanted to show you that, yeah, if you run into one of your DT-800s and it comes up with the FM, when you put headphones on, you notice the reception goes worse than just using the speaker with the regular wire, then call Sangean, tell them about it, and then return the radio. If you buy it on Amazon, it's very easy to return. But they know about the problem. They haven't been able to recreate it, but I'm doing it on video so they can see it because they're going to see this video too. So, okay, go ahead and turn this off. And let's go play with this here. I'm just going to go ahead and hook up the wire. And we're going to go to the weather band real quick and then show you a little bit about AM and do final thoughts. So, turn the radio on. So you have your weather band, which is really nice. It's a big reason why people buy these. So you toggle it with that top button there. That's also your alert mode. Let's go ahead and turn this up. I think this is my local. And of course,
40s.
Speaker.
North winds around 5 miles per hour in the evening, shifting to the south after midnight. Lake Michigan buoy. Winds for south
7 channels.
41. And chance of precipitation 80%. Sunday night.
And you can set
mostly cloudy.
5 channels here.
50%
So
chance of
quick
showers
to
in
them.
the east. 30s.
So that's nice.
Monday and Monday night, partly cloudy.
And then set the alert.
Highs in
You
the
press
lower
and hold.
50s.
It'll go into alert mode and it'll cycle how many hours you want. So keep holding it until you figure out where you want it. Say I want to go 8 hours. Then you let go. And now when it goes in alert mode, it automatically turns the radio off and it goes into an alert status and it'll flash this light every so often to tell you you're in your alert mode. You can't use the radio. You can't do AM or FM like you could on this radio. They took that feature away probably to make the batteries last longer is my guess. So you don't have the ability to run the radio, but the alert mode will run in the background. So there it is. It's flashing, telling you you're on. Like I say, turn it off. You have to actually press and hold to turn that off. Then turn the radio on.
Libertyville and
Okay.
Elgin.
So that's a quick little thing.
Current
Let's go
time
ahead
is
and go to
1:39
AM.
AM Central Daylight Time.
Cycle AM. Here we
Get through
go.
it as we can, and then hopefully be able to see the light in the end of it.
Bandwidth.
Day 1 set.
Looking ahead now to
Pretty muffled.
Bear to the Jet Sunday. Aren't coming back.
So what we'll do is we'll just unmuffle that.
As he said, come on.
Press and hold.
If you look at Obama, it's really not religion.
There we go.
What you think? That's
And then you can change your stepping.
Worships anybody else? Out
To
there,
1K.
You really think that? You really think he's a
So now when you're tuning, you can fine tune it. Very handy.
Along those lines because it's difficult to do your job if those kind of frictions are in place, and yeah, we'll get her response to that.
WSB, Atlanta, Georgia.
You're also going into, and I know you're not going to be able to cover this more than likely, but this Arizona Senate race I find.
Imagine if everyone has the equality of
WLW,
opportunity
Cincinnati,
that's
Ohio.
promised by this country.
About 300 miles. Zoomer Radio,
Walmart and everything else.
which is
People are
460 miles away, coming in beautiful. So this radio is really awesome. I compared it to the CC Pocket, and if you're wondering, they were equals as far as daytime and nighttime sensitivity. This just has a little bit better sound on this little baby speaker. They definitely have a low tone to it. So definitely a fun speaker to listen to if you're using the speaker. And headphones on AM is decent too. I like that. So okay, to get a basic idea, like I said, we're going to do a follow-up. We're going to do a nighttime and daytime band scan with this on the AM band so you get a feel for what this radio can do in separate videos. So let me go ahead and turn this off. Okay, I might have left something out, and if I did, we'll touch to it. But there you go, there's your time showing. So overall, I'm happy with the radio. I think it's just I got a bad batch, and I'm going to revisit this radio. Hopefully I'll get one that is working. I might get a black one, see if it's the color. But like I said, George over at Sangean, reassured me that the radios he tested, he's right in USA, right in California there. He tested a black one and a yellow one. He said his reception improved when he used the headphones. So I don't know if I got, like I said, two bum radios, but I tested it with both of these radios, and I had the same issue with the FM on using the headset. So I couldn't test the stereo reception on this radio. I could not test the audio quality on the FM because I wasn't getting any FM stations, just my one, and it was booming and it sounded good, but yeah, I wanted to test it with more than just one station. So I'll wait to give that report when I get a radio that can handle FM stereo on multiple stations. So there it is. Should you buy the radio? Yeah, it's a great radio. Buy it if you have the ability to return it, just in case you run into a radio like mine that has an issue with the headphone jack, like I mentioned over and over. But definitely gets a recommended buy. I really believe it's a great upgrade to the DT-400. The price is a premium, but it's really close to the CC Pocket, so it gives definitely competition to the CC Pocket. It does have a better sounding speaker. It's a little bit more mellow sounding. It's not as tinny or sharp. So definitely gets a recommended buy by me, even though I have the problem with the headset right now. I'm not worried about that. I know that's something they can fix, or it's just maybe a small batch of radios had this issue, because this is the first batch. You saw firmware 1, it's the newest. I mean, probably one of the first people to get this one. So yeah, it's definitely one of those things where they work out the bugs. So there we are. There's the presentation. If you enjoyed the video review of this radio, give me a big like. I appreciate it. 2, if you're new to the channel and you love Sangean products, you want to know more about this DT-800, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon. I am going to do daytime AM band scans. I mean, this radio excels in the AM band. It sounds really great. So definitely awesome. You'll get to hear those. 3, comment below what you think about the Sangean DT-800. Would you get this radio? Because it stands up, it's alert, does all these awesome things. Soft mute, no mute on tuning. I mean, that's really cool. Those Ghost Hunter dudes are going to be excited about that. The step functions. There's just so many options on this radio. Limited RDS, but fun. Definitely cool to see. I do like that. And of course, the big thing here I like is the rechargeable aspect. I really like that. That's just a handy feature to have. So there you go. And then 4, of course, Patreon, hit the little P, join me after hours with Todderbert. And 5, visit the website, radiowaves.todderbert.com. I'll put a link up here. Check it out, shop around, have fun, look at the reviews, have it all in one place now. It's really nice for you guys. All right, well, I appreciate you watching. Take care, and we'll see you next episode. Goodbye.